What's up, everyone? It's Fuzzy. Welcome back to yet another MLB recap. Not too long ago, everyone was laughing at this guy, Peter Bendix, the brand new GM of the Marlins, because he traded everyone away. Well, fast forward to 2025, he might be laughing at all of you guys because he's been cooking with hot oil. The Orioles are not cooking. Their food is burnt or spoiled, or they're just rocking out with Lunchables and something and avoiding cooking altogether. They've been so pathetic to start this year. I really think that they need to apologize to fans by giving them free parking / concession prices for a month. You need to apologize for the sins you've committed. The Yankees were in Cleveland again, so naturally chaos ensued again. Someone scored from second base on a pass ball. Joc Pederson, he's been so bad lately that he is approaching Chris Davis levels of bad. Yes, the guy who went 0 for 54. Joc, he's not too far behind, and this kid, he's finally getting his shot after being cut in high school. His coach said, "You kind of stink." He relearned to pitch as a sidearmer, and now he's making his big league debut. So we'll talk about all of that and more in today's MLB recap. And if you're brand new, this is a series in which we recap every single baseball game every single day. So stick around, hit that subscribe button. Now also don't forget that recap is brought to you by SeatGeek and Underdog Fantasy. Use code Fuzzy. So before we show the epic Anakin versus Obi-Wan level game between the Dodgers and the Cubs, Joc Pederson, he's been so bad that he's approaching Chris Davis levels of slump. Like, remember, Chris Davis set the record of 0 for 54. Joc, he's not too far behind, which is crazy. You just saw the Rangers go up 2 on an Adolis Garcia RBI double. Marcus Semien, he lifted a sac fly. Miguel Andujar, he ties it. He caught a barrel. I've always loved his helicopter finish where he just spins that bat after he makes contact. Langford had no chance on that one, but plenty of chance on this one. Wyatt went way out. That's his 5th home run. He is a legit 5-tool superstar in the making. By the way, this ballpark is a straight-up cheat code for home runs. Lawrence Butler hit a home run. Josh Smith, he corked one to Lawrence Butler into the bullpen for the game's 4th home run. Now it's 5. Marcus Semien, he tattooed a 3-run home run. It's crazy how bad he's been. Despite this pretty good game, he had 2 base hits and a walk, which raised his season OPS to 478. That's not as bad as Joc. Again, we'll get there in a second because burger bombs are back. Jake Burger has been awful as well. It blows my mind that the Rangers are now 14-9, even though they've had no help from Semien, Burger, Joc. Oh, great. Seager's down as well. Hopefully he's going to be okay. Luis Urias, he popped off. So did Brent Rooker. So this game had 8 home runs in total, but the Rangers, they still take it. As Luke Jackson now has a surprising 7 saves on the season. You know what else is surprising? Joc Pederson went hitless again. He has not gotten a base hit since April 2nd. He is now 0 for his last 41. Remember, the Chris Davis record is 0 for 54, so Joc, he better figure it out soon because this is a record you 100% don't want to have. And honestly, I thought that Davis 0 for 54 was unbreakable. The fact that Joc is getting close is still blowing my mind. The Cubs were involved in yet another high-scoring game of the year candidate. Tommy Tanks, that's his 8th home run. The balance has been perfect. He has 4 home runs versus lefties, 4 home runs versus righties. Now, he did kind of mess up on defense. It's not the easiest play I've ever seen, but after Seiya scorched a 2-run double, Dansby, he skied one to deep center. It didn't even hit the wall. Tommy just kind of missed the jump. He got there in time, and to me, that's got to get caught. PCA, Pete Armstrong, and Miguel Amaya, they pushed it to a 5-3 lead with a few RBI singles. It's back to a 1-run game because Andy Pages, he swatted his 3rd home run. He's having a weird year. He's batting 176, but the pop is still kind of there. Oh boy, PCA, he's at it again. He's got 4 home runs, 8 stolen bases, and 5 outs above average on the season. He's on pace for a near 10 F4 season. Will Smith, I haven't said this in a while, but he slapped LA's 3rd home run of the day. Gage Workman with the deja vu moment. His error cost Chicago a lead in that crazy game versus the Diamondbacks. Now Freddie, he's driving in multiple runs. Freeman collects 2 ribbies, and after an Edmonds sac fly, I think that's his 3rd RBI of the day. It makes it 9-7. Will Smith added another RBI extra base hit, so it's 10-7. There's no way. Did Kyle Tucker is as clutch as it gets. That's his 7th home run. He's almost batting 400 in high leverage spots. Miguel Amaya then tied it. Chicago catchers have been teeing off this year. Ian Happ is going to get a chance to walk it off, and he does it. The Cubs, they're now 15-10. The Dodgers are 16-8, but what's crazy about those records is that the Cubs right now, according to all of the sports books, have the best chance at winning the World Series this year. Crazy. Defense, defense, and more defense. That was the theme of this entire next game as the White Sox, they botched a double play. So, of course, that run's going to score a few moments later as Ty France capitalized on that free runner in scoring position. Rookie Luke Keeschel is off of the races. This kid is an athlete. He has 3 stolen bases his first 4 big league games. He put himself in scoring position, and I told you guys, defense was the theme of this game. Instead of that being a third out, Larnach, took one off the back, and Keishel, he never stopped running, so the Twins, they're up a run now. Bailey Ober, he was great. 6 strikeouts over 6, and Trevor Larnach, he added 2 more in the 8th. He crushed a 435-foot 2-run home run. Minnesota, wait. I was going to say they're going to take it easy. Well, now it's 4-2 on this Phil Maton ground out. Runners are at 2nd and 3rd. Benny Biceps has been crushing. He smoked another one. The 101 fastball was Buxton. He got on his horse. He lays out. He saves the game. A walk-off web gem for the Platinum Glover. Johan Duran barely escapes with the save. The Twins, with that W, I still can't believe this. They're 8-15. Just wait until you guys see how the Guardians ended up tying this game against the Yankees. But until then, enjoy Ben Rice. They call him Ben a Rose. He went yard on the very first pitch of the game. That's his 6th home run. He's nearing a 190 OPS plus on the season, by the way. That's the 8th home run allowed by Tanner Bybee in 5 starts, which doesn't sound possible for him. Anyway, Tanner was pretty good after that, and so was the Yankee rookie Will Warren. Thanks to Aaron Judge, he had a pretty nice catch right there. Judge got on base 4 times, by the way. He has a .411 batting average. He scores on the Jazz sac fly. Now here comes the Guard Dogs. Back-to-back base hits off of Will in the 6th. Push him out the game. The kid deserved to at least try for 6. He went 5 scoreless with 1 base hit up until that point. Mark Leiter, oh man, chaos is about to ensue. Quan and Jones, they're both off to the races. They're stealing 2nd and 3rd. The ball got away, and Quaney, he pulled the J-Ram. He never stopped running. He scores from 2nd on the pass ball. Nolan Jones was able to get to 3rd base, and he can score it easy if this ball drops. Judge, I'm not going to lie, he kind of had a late break, and it fell in. It's 2-2 with 2 outs, runners on the corners. Angel, he placed it perfectly, not only with the placement, but the spin as well. Volpe, he booted it. It's not an easy play, guys. Don't get it twisted. The Guardians take the lead, and skipping to the 8th, Judge, oh no, that's his 4th base hit. Again, he's batting .411. Volpe can make up for that play earlier, buddy. The ball was 13 feet outside as Cade, he comes in for the 9th inning. He has a 4-pitch save, and the Guardians have won 5 in a row. The only other team with a winning streak, as long as the Guardians, is the Mets. They can get up to 6 in a row with another W over their East rivals, the Phillies. Mark Vientos, he got it past the diving Alec Boehm. He scores Juan Soto. And Johan Rojas, he's been red hot lately. And then he kind of jinxed it. He struck out 3 times in a row after that RBI single. Vientos, he better take Pete out for several steak dinners. He owes him big time for that scoop. Pete, he's been doing it on both sides of the diamond. He's going to be so rich. He's 100% opting out. Like, he's already rich, but he's going to be even richer. Lindor, he's probably going to win Player of the Week. Another RBI knock. Sanchez, Christopher Sanchez, that is, he left with forearm tightness. I think that he said he's going to be all right. He just didn't want to risk it this early in the season. Griffin Canning, he was in big time trouble in the 5th. Castellanos, he's been really good. He's up with 2 ducks on a pond, but Costi, he pulled an Anthony Volpe. That ball was in another dimension. Angels fans are like, where was this? Griffin Canning has a 3.1 ERA and 26 strikeouts his first 5 starts. Staying with mid-20 stats, Pete has 25 RBIs. He leads the league in RBIs and doubles. He's got 17 extra base hits and a .452 on base. Luis Torrens is tearing covers off of baseballs. 2 more RBIs for the guy. He's tops in exit velocities, hard hit percentage. The Mets do win their 6th in a row. The Phillies have dropped 3 in a row. By the way, the NL East is the largest gap between 1st and 2nd. The Mets are now 4 games up on the Phillies, which again is the biggest gap between 1st and 2nd. We're going to go back to the AL East, and you know the side mirrors on cars and how they say objects are closer than they appear? Yeah, that's the Red Sox and the AL East standings. I'll show this for my Mariners fans. It's nice to see Jorge Polanco still deleting baseballs. He has a 185 OPS plus after that 4th home run. Bayo, he's in big trouble after hitting a few guys. Bases are loaded for Rowdy. Triston, talking about Casas, he hit a 360 no-scope. Trevor, another 360 no-scope. Bayo with the dolphin dive. That was a double play straight out of a Call of Duty trick shot montage from 2011. By the way, Bayo, he was great after allowing that 1 run. Nice to get him back in the rotation. He just came back, I think, this week or last week. I can't remember. The Red Sox, they tied it with a Devers sac fly, but I'm going to skip to Bregman because he had 2 RBI doubles. We're in the 5th now. Here he is lacing his 2nd one. Bregman, he could legit mash his way back into Hall of Fame pacing. He has 13 extra base hits, a 155 OPS plus, I think a 41 WAR already. If he keeps this up for 5 or 6 more years, we're going to have a serious discussion about him. JP Crawford, it became a close game after a 2-run knock, but Triston Casas, he broke it back open with a 3-run tater. He's only batting 165 this year. Devers is batting 209. Tanner Houck has stunk it up, yet the Red Sox are still 14-11, just a half game back of the Yankees for 1st place. The Orioles front office should be straight up embarrassed. Now, the players shouldn't be too happy with themselves either because their offense has been stinking it up, but their moves this past offseason were completely unacceptable. James Wood, he lives going the other way. It's such a breath of fresh air seeing a young guy go that far that way. Nathaniel Lau, he knew it was gone. A 2-run home run off of Dean Kremer. Yikes. He spiked a pitch to allow Jose Tena to score. Baltimore, they desperately need Dean to eat innings, so he's going to be left out there. Another Oppo double for James Wood. His spray chart is literally everything the other way. Garcia Jr. plays James with a single, and Luis, he came around on a Kyber Ruiz base hit. So it's 5-0 Nationals. Dean is unsurprisingly back out for the 6th. Dylan Cruz, he's cool with that because he went 430 feet. He's batting .333 with 3 home runs and 3 stolen bases his last 7. Mitchell Parker, he was stingy. He used that off speed to strike out a few guys. He went 7 shutout with 1 base hit, and Kyber, he's batting .330 with 13 RBIs as a catcher. Mitchell, by the way, went 8 scoreless. He got Jackson looking with a little help from Blue. 17 in a row to end his start as the Nationals send Baltimore to 9-13. What was the main concern for Baltimore heading into this last offseason? Starting pitching. Who did they go out and add? Well, they got 87-year-old dinosaur Charlie Morton, who's been terrible. They got another old guy, Tomoyuki Saganu. They got Kyle Gibson. Their starters have the fewest strikeouts of any pitching staff in baseball. They're literally dead last, and their starting pitchers have a 6.2. A 6.2 ERA. Mike Elias, he committed baseball malpractice by signing, again, dinosaurs and Morton, Gibson, Saganu. By the way, Saganu, I know he has like a 3.5 ERA, but he's barely hanging in there. His stuff is not that good. Orioles fans should be so mad right now, and to me, all of their anger should be directed at the GM, Mike Elias, because he wants to be the anti-Dodgers. The owners wanted to spend money. They offered Corbin Burns a ton of money. Of course, Burns went to Arizona because I think he lives there and some tax stuff, but again, the owners want to spend money. Elias just wants to big brain everything and outsmart everyone, which has not worked so far. All right, back to some game highlights. Boston, they were the only team in the AL East to come away with a W yesterday. Toronto, they're now riding a 4-game losing streak after another no-show versus Houston. Chris Bassett, he's been so good, but he got MLB the show big time with a few soft hits, and that trend continued as Pena, he beat out the infield single. He has a 13-game hit streak, by the way. Christian Walker, that's off the bag. Andres, he's so good. I know he 100% gets that. Instead, it's 2-0 Astros. Now, after that, each team, they traded a run. Brendan Rodgers had a sac fly, and Nathan Lucas, he skied a sky-high home run. That's his first of the year. Jeremy Pena had to turn on the Jets again, this time on defense. He had the juggling act web gem. He makes the play. Yainer Diaz hooked an RBI double down the left field line, so it's 4 runs for Ronel Blanco, who tossed a solid 6 2/3, only allowed 4 base runners. Izak, he pulled another home run. Every home run in his career has been to left field, and of course, it's into the Crawford boxes. He has 4 home runs this year. Every single one of them has been at home, and Josh Hader, by the way, he's back to being a Terminator. He has a 0.75 ERA. The Astros are 12-11. The Jays are 12-12 after losing 4 in a row. The Giants no-showed as well. Not in front of the kids and in the new City Connects. Come on, man. Caleb Durbin, he secures his first big league double. He advanced to third on the Terang hot shot to left field. Durbin, he's going to score on this Jackson Chourio grounder, and Jackson safe. So it's an RBI fielder's choice. Yelich, he had a monster game, did not go anywhere, but that right there is a bloop single. He got to second base, and William, he rewarded Yelich for taking that extra base. That is a 2-run single to score Yelich and Chourio. Jordan Hicks, he was still out there in the 6th inning. Maybe he shouldn't have been. He was over 100 pitches. He yanked a throw to first base to allow the free run to score for Milwaukee. Some guy named Trevino, who is that? Is that Louis Trevino? I don't know. Bryce Terang, he didn't mind seeing a new guy. He laced an RBI single. Chourio, he got hit by a pitch, and that's a fastball to the lefty wheelhouse. You cannot throw that to Christian Yelich. That is a grand slam. Yelich now has 5 home runs and 5 stolen bases. He has 16 home runs and 26 stolen bases dating back to last year over his last 96 games. Okay, that is Lou Trevino. He threw another meatball to lefty Jake Bowers. That is a 2-run home run that went even further than Yeli's. The Brewers are 13-11. The Giants are 15-9, but the Giants are 5-5 over their last 10, so they're slipping a little bit. The Cardinals are the weirdest team in baseball, and I don't think it's very close. Lars Nootbaar, he golfed out a 2-run home run to the chop house. He's been slumping, so he really needed that. Atlanta, they didn't teed off against Andre Palante. Sean Murphy, he's been Mike Piazza with the power to start 2025. That's his 6th home run in 12 games. Alex Verdugo, I mean, he's got the Jose Iglesias type beat because Iglesias was the magic for the Mets last year. The Braves literally haven't lost since Verdugo has been on the roster. His RBI double was followed up by chaos as Austin Riley, he gets the RBI, and the Braves, they're now up 3-2. Make it 4-2. Uh-oh, guys. Matt Olson is on a 7-game hit streak. That's his 4th home run. But again, St. Louis is weird, and their offense is so good, but they have such bad pitching that they're going to have these weird type of games. Mason Wynn, he had it just past RC. It's 4-3. Now it's tied. Jordan Walker scores on the wild pitch. And Nolan Gorman, he slices one to right field. He clears the bases. So it's 7-4 St. Louis. Victor Scott goes to left field. That's his 5th double. He's batting .290 with 8 stolen bases. He also hasn't been caught stealing yet, and he has 3 outs above average on defense. Him breaking out makes the Cardinals offense borderline unfair. Wynn had another RBI, a sac fly that scored Pages. Newbar makes it a 3 RBI day. The Cardinals, it's so weird. So they're 2nd in team batting average. They're 3rd in total bases, so they rake, but they're 10-14. So the Cardinals are 2nd in batting average behind the Padres, but the Padres record makes a lot more sense. Elias Diaz, the 2023 All-Star Game MVP, he swatted a 2-run home run, his 1st of the year. Jack Flaherty, I want to mention, he was nasty aside from that. His curveball is shaping up to be one of the best in the game. He had 9 strikeouts over 6, 34 strikeouts his first 27 innings this year. The only thing is he faced Nick, call him Nick Punch-Out or Shutout, Pivetta, whatever you want to call him. He goes 7 more scoreless. He worked the fastball up. That sets up the curveball. He mixed in a sweeper and a slider. That's his 3rd time this year going 7 without allowing a single run or allowing more than 3 base hits. Chase Lee, here he is. He's making his debut. His high school coach basically said that he sucked and that he had unremarkable stuff, so he decided to make a big change. He went with the sidearm. Look at the movement on that slider. That is wizardry. A 4-pitch first inning. Slow it down. I want you guys to check out the replay where the ball started out the hand and where it finished. I can see why Manny even attempted at swinging that. Now, Chase Lee did go back out there more than 4 pitches in his debut. He's in a lot of trouble. Detroit said, hey, we're going to leave this kid out there, and bang, he got a guy to chase. Chase Lee got a guy to chase, sorry. But his family's hyped up. The Tigers, they're still down by 2. Robert Suarez, he's been too locked in. He has 10 saves on the year. The Padres are the only team ever to have 7 shutouts as a team in March and April. They're 2nd in team ERA. They're 4th in team OPS. That's why they're 17-7. The Tigers are still 14-10. The Marlins are 1 win away from being 500. Kyle Stowers, he might actually be a legit bat. He has 15 RBIs as the Marlins, they strike first. Remember that Peter Bendix got him last year from Baltimore. Noelvi, my God, Noelvi Marte. Guess the exit velocity. Guessing. It was 117. He's batting .350 with 5 extra base hits his first 26 at-bats. The Reds, they actually went 3-1 when the rookie catcher Agustin Ramirez, he changed that. His finish reminds me a lot of Miguel Andujar with that helicopter finish. He got on base 4 times. He went a perfect 3 for 3. Otto Lopez, he ties it. It's 3-3 on a single to center field. Xavier, he's been a dog since last year. He has a chance to do more damage. Speed kills, guys. Ashcraft, he had to rush. That ball gets away. Lopez scores. The Marlins, they go up 4-3, and that's where it ends as their bullpen combines for 2 base hits over 4 scoreless. Calvin Foucher, he has 2 saves. Okay, I lied just a little bit in the intro of this little game recap. The Marlins, they were 2 games away from being 500, so they're 11-12. From one fish to another, Mike Trout's Angels are taking on the Pirates, and spoiler, Trouty went hitless again. He's batting .177 on the year, and the Pirates, they won fairly easy. Joey Barra has been so damn good as a Pirate. He has a 121 OPS plus in 96 games. Cabrian Hayes, he secures an RBI as well, and same with McCutchen. Hold on, I gotta show Taylor Ward's 6 home run. That's his first this year in Anaheim. Okay, back to Kutch. He swatted a 3-run cannonball. He has 321 career home runs and still an insane 126 career OPS plus. Adele, he made it a little bit closer with a fun RBI double, his 3rd double his last 4 games, but IKF, Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, he took over. He had an RBI in the 5th. He got on base a 4th time later in the 9th, a 2 RBI day. Brian Reynolds then matched IKF with a 2 RBI day, so that's a 2-run double. He also got on base 4 times. The Pirates, they racked up 18 base hits, and they end it with a Tommy Pham web gem. He robs Joe Adele of a home run. The Pirates, they're still 9-15. The Halos, they're now 11-11 as they fall to 3-7 their last 10 games. The Royals are trying desperately to get some momentum on their side. A win here will give them the same record as the Angels over their last 10, 3-7. Ryan Feltner and Chris Bubich, they were cooking in this one. Like, only 1 run was scored through 7. Drew Waters, he has back-to-back games with multiple home runs. That's his first home run of the year. Chris Bubich struck out Ryan McMahon 3 times looking. There's another caught looking. Chris goes 7 scoreless with 6 strikeouts. Thankfully, he got a 2nd run on the board as Kyle Isbell's RBI was huge. It's huge because Carlos Estevez was pathetic. He forgot to pitch. 3 straight walks set up this Jacob Stallings bases clearing rope down the line. The Rockies are now up by 1. The Royals, they got a few ducks on a pond as well, and Massey, he lifted a okay, I don't know if he's going to... Oh, Freddie, he actually is going to be able to tag, so it's back to a tie game, and we have more Freddie Fermin action. A snap throw nabs Mickey Moniak. That cannot happen in the big leagues, and now Fermin is walking it off. The Royals, they're 10-14, which is still crazy to say out loud. Tampa Bay went up 1 when Corbin and the boys stormed back in Arizona. Corbin, he doubled. He can really take his time going home because Pavin the Punisher hit another laser beam home run. He's batting 397. Pavin Smith has 4 home runs now. Tim Tawa, maybe we call him Tim the Thumper, I don't know. He has 3 home runs. He also has 2 stolen bases, so it's nice to see him get some reps, but he still has to work on that batting average. Brandon Pfaadt, another 6-inning start. His ERA is down to 2.7 after striking out 5, allowing just the 1 run. He has 1 start this year not going 6 innings, and that other start was 5 2/3, so he missed it by 1 out. Josh Naylor nailed a single to right field. Corbin scores again. I gotta show off Chandler Simpson, the speedster rookie, showing off the all-time speed. He tracks down that Lourdes flare. It's still a sac fly, so give an RBI to Lourdes. Juan Murillo, I don't know how to say his last name. He's yet another Diamondbacks reliever that throws a zillion. He ends it. The Diamondbacks are 14-9. Tampa has lost 2 in a row, which drops them to the exact opposite. They're 9-14. Another big boy recap in the books. Thank you all so much for watching and supporting this series. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Your support has been otherworldly this year. We're shattering records. Thank you so much. That's all I got for you guys today. Enjoy the web gems.
Some runs. Ball hit well to right center off the bat of McCutcheon. Long run. Trout leaps up, makes the catch. Yoka bouncing ball up the middle. To his left is Wilson. Spin throw to first.
Incredible arms.
Ground ball. Paris going to get it. He knocks it down. Gets up. Throw in time.
Is to try and be around the zone. This one towards the hole. Kirk running, so Pena's got a shot. Wow. Oh, he got him. Left field. Riley on the charge. He's got it.